Hey, I'm Steph, and I'm obsessed with all things travel, marketing, branding, and helping you stand out from the crowd. In just under 2 years, I went from being a home-based travel agent with zero clue how to make it work in the digital world to launching an international ranking travel podcast and creating an online course to help travel agents in lead generation. Here's one thing I know for sure. There has never in the history of the world been a better time to create the travel business you've always wanted. All you need is an actionable strategy and someone to show you the way. Picture this, we're going to spend the next hour of our time together at the Swim Up Pool Bar, where over a cocktail, we deep dive into travel-related topics, mixed with a little classroom training. This show is dedicated to encouraging you to step outside of your comfort zone and into your travel business. I'll show you how I did it and how you can too. Hit subscribe now and let's get into it. If you're a travel agent wanting to onboard your perfect fit clients into your biz, download my free cheat sheet for lead generation systems you can use right now. Head to stephaniemyers.academy/cheat sheet. You're listening to Unplug in Paradise, the podcast. Hello, welcome back to Travel by Stephanie, the social podcast. You're tuning into episode 9, and today I thought that I would share with you an article that I had found via a friend's Facebook page. He is a travel agent as well, but when I clicked onto it, I realised this article had been released quite a long time ago, and I was reading it thinking, that is really interesting, and it was really nice to revisit as it's a little bit of a parody, a send-up as to why you should never book with a travel agent. So the heading is 7 reasons why you should never book with a travel agent, and it is brought to us by KARRYON. So KARRYON is a travel industry news platform for travel agents and anyone in the general tourism industry. So I look forward to running through the 7 reasons with you, but before I do, I'll read this introduction because it's actually quite funny. Who really needs a travel agent anyway? I mean, how hard is it to book some flights, a hotel, and a few day trips? With all the apps and the websites nowadays, it's practically easier to book a holiday than it is to withdraw money from an ATM. Okay, travel agents out there listening to this, try not to cringe too much, as this article is all for comedic purposes. So this next little bit, which I'll read before going to the reasons, is funny as well. So travelers know exactly what they want anyways. So why trust some ditzy travel agent that doesn't even know them to make their own choices? Not me though. I've got it sorted. So here's a list of reasons why I never ever use a travel agent, in capitals. Okay, so reason number 1, just TripAdvisor it. I know sometimes agents, we can TripAdvise things sometimes. This is a side note, but it's usually everyone will document a bad experience rather than document a good experience. So just keep that in mind. I'll jump back to the article now. So it does say, why pay a travel agent anything when I can simply do it myself? I love scrolling through reviews for hours on end while my friends are out shopping and enjoying themselves. And when I find out the hotel is nothing like what the review said, I can just chalk it up to experience. That's what travel's all about, isn't it? Reason number 2, Webjet has so many more choices. Another side note. After the ads on TV about Webjet, I literally have no respect for that company anymore. They get our clients in trouble all the time. So yeah, not a real travel agent, guys. But I'll read this. I'll continue on. After I find my hotel, I make a list of the lowest 126 airfares and itineraries, and then I'll take 2 weeks off work and pull a few sickies here and there so I can study all those seat guru reviews on the airlines. Then I'll book and maybe save myself between $20 and $50 if I'm really lucky. It's also totally lucky that I get to spend some extra time away in the airports than my actual destination. So lots of airport food and lots of me time. Okay, so number 3, I like to talk to people from all over the world. Why wait until you're overseas to start mingling with different cultures? I dodged my local travel agent on purpose, so when I do need to make changes to my travel dates, I get to call all of the airlines myself. Those pesky travel agents steal all the fun by speaking to the super helpful reservation staff in Manila and Mumbai. 2 hours on hold? Not a problem these days with unlimited calling phone plans. Nowadays, I go to the gym and call them from the treadmill. I don't know who on earth would do that, but funny anyway. So number 4, travel insurance claims forms are fun. Side note, definitely not fun. Hopefully you remembered to take out travel insurance, right? Travellers never forget this important part. Never, especially me. When something goes pear-shaped when I'm overseas, and it often does, I simply pull out my insurer's PDS and read the small print before passing to my solicitor to check for discrepancies. Then I can't wait to get home and fill out all the forms myself. I haven't had a claim accepted yet, though I always seem to forget one little thing. Ah, well, experience again, right? Number 5, Lonely Planet guides have all the information I will ever need. So why bother with travel advice when I can rely on a three-year-old review of the best cafe in town? Surely it will be an authentic experience full of locals and not other tourists. I'll joyfully flick through my dog-eared copy of the airport bus guide while highlighting my plans for the week. The travel agent down the road said she did a famille there last month and went to some great places, but what would she know? I'll stick to my book, thanks. Number 6, consulates are just the best. I always know from my guidebooks that I need a visa for my next trip, so what a perfect opportunity to use a couple of personal days off work and head down to Canberra to do some paperwork in person. Surely the Russian embassy is full of smiling fellows who'll help me fill in my forms incorrectly just in case it gets knocked back. To think that my travel agents charge a small fee to handle all of this red tape boggles my mind. It's so easy. Number 7, and this is my favourite. Being stranded because of a natural disaster made me a better person. I took my family to Bali last year and some volcano decided to erupt or something, like whatever. While other travellers had their hotels extended and waited to hear from their travel agents to sort out everything for them, I camped on the floor at the airport with my husband and my 3 children and yelled at the check-in staff for quite a few days. We ate more nasi goreng than King Kutut and ended up spending a fortune. Yeah, okay, I admit it wasn't the best, but we all survived, aside from being divorced now. I definitely had the last laugh though when I posted a nasty comment on Jetstar's Facebook page. Still waiting for a response, however, it's only been 2 years on. I'm putting it all down to life experience. So there's your 7 reasons why not to book with a travel agent. So hopefully you would have gotten the subtle hints that it is pretty important to book with a travel agent. Not only have we got years and years of experience and knowledge in travel and the industry, but we also continuously update our knowledge as well. So it is up to date, first-hand, personal travel experiences that you are paying for. Also, I thought I'd show you a few of these little reviews. So as a bit of a bonus to this episode, one gentleman had written here, it's a response to the article. So I love this. Got my full thumbs up. The reality is, if I'm going to invest my hard-earned holiday dollars, I always prefer to invest with a real person across the desk. Any blips on my travel radar, and they are in my trenches on my behalf, and I never walk alone. I do move my mouse around first, cull ideas and suggestions, and then it's straight into the agent's arms I go, merrily. Okay, in fairness, I'm also the same fellow who will wait online on a line to a checkout with a real cashier instead of the automated machines. So let's save a job. Let's do it with real people. So that's one reason. Another one here. Well, if you book through a travel agent, you wouldn't need to sleep on the floor at the airport. I thank God for travel agents. From a story I heard, a couple travelling to Europe, the husband bumped his head and suffered acute memory loss. Wow, this is intense. He wandered through the streets of Paris, lost and confused. His wife was frantic and didn't know what to do. She rang her travel agent in Australia. The travel agent had rang all the hospitals, police, the consulate. Within an hour of the phone call, he was found 5 kilometres from the hotel. This is a big reason why I use travel agents. And there is so much praise here, guys. I just love reading through it. It really is the best. Yep, so much positive reassurance that travel agents are not dead. We are still very much alive, and we are still very much assisting and helping people all over the globe. So if you're thinking of booking a holiday soon, you can get in contact with me or your local travel agent. I'll be more than happy to help, as I am accepting new clients. So yeah, happy to help out, get you on your next holiday. Cool, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk soon. Bye.